Hello everyone, I'm Praveen, an instructional assistant for Human Computer Interfaces class. In our last class, we have discussed about Android Studio. Now I'm continuing on that. If you missed that class, don't worry. I will give a quick recap on that. In our last class, we have discussed about Android Studio and its importance, like what is Android Studio and how we need it. We all are using web applications, right? From the Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox or something. So those are applications are developed with JavaScript, Java, Python, .NET, Angular, PHP or similar kind of technologies. But have you think of like how uh, system applications will be built? Like operates on our mobile downloadable app or this Outlook app on a system. So for our mobile applications, we need an Android Studio, or else alternatively we can use many popular things like uh, React Native applications or iOS apps, many things. But in this tutorial, I'm going to explain you with the Android Studio, which is one of the most famous thing. So if you haven't downloaded the Android Studio yet, just go to that developer.android.com. In this website, you have an Android Studio section on top right. Click on this one. You can directly download by clicking on this one, uh, download button. If you want any older versions, you can find it in release notes. You can download it here. I'm going forward with the latest version. So after clicking on this one, it will start downloading. Once after downloading it, start running it. Like you follow the default steps, like a default wizards to complete all the steps and make it installed into your system. For my case, I already installed that. So I'm opening this one, Android Studio. I have installed the latest version. Here is the landing page of Android Studio. If you have any existing application, you can open it, or if you wanted to clone it from the GitHub repository, clone that here. Or else we can create a new project. I don't have anything, so I'm creating a new one. At the ending of the video, I will explain like how we can connect with GitHub with our application, which is also in our project requirement. You can select any of the template here. Uh, I'm selecting an empty template one. I'm naming it as my application to image your application. So agenda of this video is to implement an image viewer application which is similar to your project 3. I'm creating this for understanding purpose, like how to use Android Studio. So I'll go a little more details of every point, like I'm creating it as animal viewer viewer app. So I'm keeping this project as existing one only, and path of your file to be downloaded. So I'm keeping with the existing path like what it suggested. You can also save it in some other places like E drive or something there. Minimum SDK version. So I'm going with the 21, which is the lollipop version, older version. If you want, you can take any of the version which is almost similar and compatible with the requirements. So I'm selecting the basic one. You can select the latest one also, no worries. After that, you should select the build configuration. Um, Default, it have two different programming languages. One is Groovy and Kotlin. Kotlin is the most recommended version because of the easy interface and implementation and also better suggestions. So click on this one for our project and finish the setup. Mm, yeah. Okay, my project is getting ready. It's importing the required packages from the Gradle package. So Gradle package manager. Okay, let me expand this one. Here is the basic template for a default application. Let me explain the code flow, like what are the files and everything. So instead of going deeper, um, Android Studio will create a basic default template for our task to avoid setup work. So in app session, we have a source files, and source files we can have a main content. We can have text cases here. I don't have it right now. So open the main file, and in Java file we have main activity kit. Okay. Okay. After opening project, maybe it changes its directory. Go to the project if you find the same case. Then you can find the app, src, main, Java. In Java, you can find the Java main activity file, which is the similar one. So here we can file, you can write all the main logic. Also, we have resources section. If you have any images or icons or anything, you can put it in this resources drawable section. Um, for my case, it's an image viewer app, right? I have few images also. I need few images. So let me start explaining with main activity code. Here we have all the imports for this basic code, basic application code. Few of things are already we also use. We can import in later point of time. So in main file, we have a create function. In a create function, it will create an user interface, and in setup content activity, there is a scaffold, which means this is a class where combines header, body, footer, and some other button controls and floating button. When we click on the floating button, a screen should be scrollable to top. Similar cases, many cases. I'll explain this all things. And here it's called a greeting function. In a greeting function, he passes the Android, and in a function, it have a text property of hello and concatenated with name of Android. So it will print in UI like a hello Android. Yeah. So in order to simulate this one, we need a simulator. For the simulator, you have two options. One is using a virtual device, like clicking on the device manager and clicking on the plus icon. You can select the virtual device. After the clicking virtual device, your Android Studio will create a default application for you. I mean, default mobile screen for you. It might be a mobile or tablet or any wearable device like an Apple Watch or something. So you can create a circle icon, rectangular icon, something. Also desktop icons or TVs and many things we can do this with. I'm planning to create a mobile device application. So select the type of device you wanted to work with. You can choose small phones, medium phones, or Pixel 9a large or 9 Pro. Uh, you can see the latest, Play Store version available or not, and minimum API version, which is an this is an Lollipop version or vanilla version or Oreo version or anything, Android version, and screen size, width and height of the screen, and pixel density of it. I'm explaining this application with the Pixel 9 Pro, which I already configured because it takes 5 to 10 minutes. If it takes and click on next and finish, and in next you can provide a name of it. Optionally, you can have an existing name for the better understanding. Select the API version and service that where you wanted to host your application. You don't have to worry about all these things for now because we are not hosting it in real time. If you wanted to do this thing, you can generate a bundle file for this application, then host it in Play Store Development Toolkit, and you should charge. It should charge for $25 for around in right current prices. But we don't have to do all these things. We can have a application in our local currently. So click on finish this one. Then it will create a mobile phone for you, like how it have. If you face any issues or it will take more, it might take more than 10 minutes. Just simply close this application and reopen and rerun the virtual simulator. Sometimes there might be a issue you can face while setting up. I'm running the simulator currently. As of now, there are no running and it's starting. So my Pixel 9 Pro is starting. This is one of the way. And the other way is like you can use your physical device, like your physical mobile device. By if you wanted to connect your physical device with your Android application, Android Studio application, you have to plug in your mobile with your system. Before that, you need to go to the settings and about session. In about session, you can find developer options, build options. In a build option, if you click it on 8 to 9 times or more than that, then you can have an option to enable the developer mode. Then you can enable the developer mode. After that, you need to enable the USB tearing from the settings only. Then you can connect your mobile device with system. Then enable USB tearing and enable all the required thing. And then you can see your mobile screen like the simulator in a real mobile. I don't have an issue with the simulator because my system is supporting having enough RAM or capacity to run the simulator. So I'm using this default one. It will create a actual mobile, like it simulates like a real mobile here. Like you can find Play Store, Gmail, uh, like YouTube or anything. See, similarly, Okay, let's run this application for now. Go to this on top. I can find the run application. Click on this one simply. Generating a build files and ready to serve. After running the application will automatically open like a real mobile application. For initial setup, it might take some time for you than me. So check out the status in output window. So my launcher is ready and starting the app automatically. And you can see this content in application like a hello Android, which is this Android in hello text. I don't want to have this default one. So from here, our application will start creating. Like I don't need this whole content. Um, Before removing anything, I would like to say like this Android Studio is very case sensitive. You need to perfectly follow the case sense. Like if you mention like a instead of capital T, if you write small t, it won't allow. It will throw such an error. Sometimes it might be difficult to find the errors like where it's occurred. So be conscious with that. Also, the second thing I wanted to share is braces. Don't forget to have proper closing or making it done, or else it canvas and everything. So it might breaks your code and kills your time. I'm removing this whole thing. I don't need this default content. I remove and let me minimize. Okay, here I'm having this sack folder as it is because my target over here is I need to have a header. I mean top navbar. On top navbar, I need to have a content like a um, welcome Android viewer application, and I need a button on bottom of this content. And when I click on this button, an image should be pop up. When I click on button again, this image should be hide. That's a simple case that I wanted to plan in this video. For your case, it's like for your project 3 requirement, you can use like your expectations is like three buttons. Each button should have a different colors, and each button consists of an icon and a text in it. Different icons and text in it. Like in your case, might be uh, a bone image and a dog and paw image, a cat, a bird icon and a bird text work. When you click on the dog button, dog image should be displayed. You click on the cat button, cat image should be displayed. So that same image button, I mean image placeholder should be changes with different images. Also, you can. It is expected to have some animations like a smooth handlation of your application, like of the image. Okay. So let's start with our application. I'm removing this thing for your better understanding and scaffold. So you can provide a content. You can provide styles in this small parentheses and main logic which you wanted to display is in this flower parentheses. Optionally, you can also remove this one, and in here I can provide a content and you can add it here. So in scaffold, what I wanted to do is nav bar first, like a top bar, like a top bar. In a top bar, I'm providing parentheses because it's a method, a variable, and in a variable. mm, okay, you can find the similar examples here. In a scaffold, it is acceptable with modifier. This modifier is like a layout fixes, like a size, padding, or some alignment, left margin, or anything you can update in with modifier. So it's small m variable and which inherits the class of, I mean, which utilizes the class of modifier capital M. So similarly, we can have top bar, bottom bar, and snack bar, a floating action button, maybe helpful for scrolling up and down, and um, container colors. We can modify the background color and content color, which is a text color, font color, and content, like actual uh, item that we wanted to display and modify. So I'm using this top bar right now. So in the top bar, I'm creating an object for top app top bar, top app bar. Here, here I'm creating an object for top app bar and assigning to this variable, which is predefined in Android plugins. So in top app bar, if you observe this schema, it accepts title, modifier, nav icon, actions, and many other things. First of all, what is this? What is this class? Like what we are doing here? Um, Maybe you all know that about classes and objects. If you are not familiar with that, I just want to give an example, like a small example, like um, if you have a manufacturing industry, if you have a manufacturing industry and wanted to develop, wanted to build 1,000 cars with follow same schema, right? Like four wheels and some colors, engine, and header lights. Like a car has some schema, it has some attributes, variables that we wanted to customize. Like we can customize the tires and customize the color property, like a red color or some other color, and it's customize the brand, like it's a Ford car, or else Lamborghini or Ferrari, or else some other different car manufacturing companies. We can need a branding, and that schema is called as a usually class. When you wanted to develop it in real time, then you can use the schema by creating an object of it. Then that's like creating an instance. You are utilizing that class instance to create a real-time object. Then you need to pass the parameters like a color and objects, everything. So similarly here also, this top app bar is a schema, like a class provided by the Android package. What this class is, it accepts only these parameters like a title, modifier, nav icon, actions. It's like a for example, it's like a um, um, headlights or engine or color or a branding. So similarly, got my point, right? So we are creating an instance for this top app bar, and in top app bar, I'm providing a title, which you can find it here. My target is to have title and color. In a color, I can set a background color and everything that I will explain it here. I'm providing title equal to, and in here in title variable, I'm creating an object for text property, a text string. This is I need because I am directly providing a string variable. So here there are two options. One is with like a text equal to, you can use it like this one, or else you can directly pass it with like this one, like this text. You can use either ways. So I wanted to make my application as welcome animal, welcome animal viewer app. I wanted to make this title. So what's the error here? So it says that there is no content, no content for the top bar. Let's fix this main top bar content, then we'll go with the inner part. So I'm creating a top app bar. Okay. Here I'm providing comma because it's next variable, content equal to some other thing. uh, Here it expecting that the content should pass a padding value because we are concatenating multiple sections, right? Like a nav bar, content, bottom bar, everything here, right? So this top bar and this content is a main content. After the nav bar, we need to have a main content, right? Until the bottom bar. So it expecting to have a padding on top and bottom part. So I don't need any extra padding. So what it suggests, so I'm implement that. It's saying that padding values, maybe some padding change to um, you can write the variable. Uh, like padding is not directly applicable. We need to have a columns or rows or boxes like a flux elements, like box elements. I'm writing it as box for now because content can align in all the directions. In this box, I'm providing a modifier. Okay, I'm importing this. To easily import that one, just hover here and click on import, or else just click on Alt button, press and hold the Alt button and enter. Then it shows an intelligence. Then you can click the option that you want. Either way is possible. So in the box, I need to have modifier small m. Note the cases actually. This is small m and capital modifier dot, and yeah, I'm applying a padding here. In padding, I'm passing the default padding. If you don't pass, it won't affect because there is no values we are assigning. It inherit the top bar to the bottom if you don't pass it. So, and here in this box, it's created a box, and in a box, um, we can add content. Like we need a actual content, like a button. When we click on the button, an image should be displayed or image hide, similar things. So I need a content equal to, in this variable I can assign the content, like how we added a content for this top bar. I mean, not this scaffold, all the content. So what is expecting? Okay. What it said. Okay. Um. Okay. Box with no content. Um. Okay. Box doesn't have a content like property. Alternatively, what we can do is, uh, I'm aligning this slightly for better understanding of you regarding these braces. So I'm closing these braces. I mean, closing the box. At the end of the box, we can provide the content. There are two ways, as we said, for everything. Like this is for styling, and this is for actual content. And in this content, I'm providing an like actual logic for our application, other than this header. So in header, it's expecting something. What it said. Okay. This top app bar is a material API, is experimental. Like it's an experiment. It says that in material theme, in material 3, this top bar is an experimental features. Which is like a preview feature. It can be changes in further. It not been recommended for production use. We are acknowledging that. Okay, I can understand that. I can modify it later. We can say it like this one, optionally. So after providing that, you can see this one here. Like this is added, saying that I acknowledge that thing. So this issue is gone. When we click on here, save the content, then my application started running. So it says that my animal viewer app is ready, like a header is ready. If you wanted to have automatically changes when we save the application, then click on this one and configure live edit. Here you can select this push edit manually on save. Like when we save this one, our application will re-render every time. So here I wanted to add a background color for this one. For this one, colors equal to, and these colors have a property. Accept the property called the colors accepts a class which is a type of top app bar colors. We can provide colors like this one, top app bar defaults dot top app bar class. It is like a, if it's a variable of string, we can add a string property. If it's a int, we can add numbers. Similarly, it's a type of app top bar default, so we have to provide the same thing as it's pre-configured, like to follow the structure, like equal to top, uh, what it said, I forgot. Yeah, top app bar default equal to top app bar default dot, something is wrong, it's not showing intelligence. Oh, maybe here it's the case, like I used a variable, and I'm using another one without having a comma separated, like we need a comma here to access next values. So the error is gone. Here we can use the intelligence like a top app bar defaults. Yeah, right. We can see the intelligence now. And here it have a method. In this class we have a method which is top app bar classes. Colors. Sorry, my bad. Colors. And in colors we can pass the colors for this header one. So if you see these colors, see this reference, it accepts the parameters of container color, which means a background color and scrollable color. When the content is scrolling, it should change the color and title content color. I need these two of these things, like a background color I need and text color, which is a scroll container color. Okay, like container color equal to, which means background color equal to color dot red maybe or blue for your simplicity. Okay. It asked me an import again. Okay, let me import this thing. Okay, save this thing. So if you observe this one, background color is changes. So either you can pass it like default colors, or else if you have some set of variant colors, you can do this way. Alternatively, like color of braces, like you are passing a parameter in a constructor here instead of calling an extension method. So here you can pass it in two ways, like it's a value or in integer range value. Like in here range, you can pass hexadecimal values. So it is a representation of 64-bit conversion, and which is 0x FF and hexadecimal value in 64-bit format. 0x FF, and in range here you need to pass RGB, red blue green color combination. Each value is represented in hexa value because we are formatting it hexa. So instead of in R, I mean in red color, I'm passing FF, which is the maximum value in hexa, which is 1111 and 1111, like 8 ones, which is a maximum value in hexa for single value. Like it's completely red. And in green, I don't want green, so 00, which is equivalent to 8 zeros. Okay, in blue, even I don't want blue, so it will display in red color. If you want completely in blue color, uh, make it 0, and in the last one it's blue for right. It's F, maybe F0 also works because it's a highest count, highest than all these things, right? So whatever the highest value, it will take the highest count. So it's in blue color. Got my point? Like you can use online references also, like you can see the color coding combinations and you can have it here. So for my case, I'm going with the default colors, which are like green. Green is available. Okay, okay. Let me go with this one, and comma next value, and this is title. Title container color. Sorry, title content color. This title content. I need this content in white color. Color dot white. Sorry, white. Okay. Maybe it looks right. Red is good. Okay. Great. Header is ready now. We need a body now, which is body is this one, content, actual logic. I need a button and an image. Let me start with image. Then after we can create a button and logic for it. So in order to have images, as I said earlier, uh, we need to have images in this response drawable session, right? So let me have the code first, then I can add it here. And in here, instead of writing all the content here, let me have a separate methods. That method can be called it here. So it can look more structured way and reusability purpose. Also we can use this one like animal UI. I'm making this method as animal UI. Okay. So it's red because there is no method available in current session. So after completing all these braces at the end, we should pass it here like with a parameter of at the rate of composable. This composable. This is an attribute which we have to declare on top of the method in this mobile app development. So here I'm writing a function like function of Android UI. I'm closing this one and opening the main logic buttons here. So here, if you have it's a constructor, we can pass the parameters from here to here. Like if you pass anything, like in a previous default example, if they passes some Android, right? So that name is here. They can get it in here and pass it like a Android user something, some text, right? Name column Android. Similarly, we can pass many variables for our purpose. Right now, I don't need it. So here what I do is like I need an image. So before creating an image instance, let me create a variable of current image, and by here remember I will explain this uh, mutable of mutable state of, and I'll pass a I will pass an image over here. So what it says is like when a page load, I need my image on my screen. So I need it in mutable state because it stores the current state of the object, like a current variable, like what will save it in end, which will be in display. So mm, so here I can pass it like r dot drawable dot uh, some dog image. I can add it, but currently I don't have an image in drawable session. Let me sorry, let me add it first. Okay, let me add it first. So in order to add, you can have two options. You have two options. One is in the drawable session here. You can directly drag and drop from your local to here. That's one of the option. If you are not good with drag and drop, then you can directly right click on this one, add a new end file, or else you can copy the reference path, like copy the copy path or reference, copy the absolute path, which is the complete path of your folder having in a code. I copied that and I open the um, Windows Explorer, File Explorer, and in this URL session, I'm pasting this here. Like a C drive, here is my path, drawable. Yeah. Here I have one launch, IC launcher background. So this is that. So I need my images on here. So let me copy the images which I already have for my image viewer app. I'm copying these things and pasting in the drawable path. Once after done, when you open the code, you can clearly see that bird, cat, and dog images are displayed in the drawables here. It's imported now. So we can use this one. Like it's like a dog.jpg, right? We can use r dot resources dot drawable dot. If you press tab, it will directly import it in screen. Like I'm pressing tab, it will paste the current selection, which is dog. Great. So I think everything is done with this image, but there is an error at by which says that this immutable state of need to be imported. Let me import it now. So value, why again it's error. Uh, so okay, it need get value. What we did is when we go to the imports once to see this what imported. So we are imported get value and set value to insert an image and read and display it in a screen. So we need both. Did you get my point? It's not only for the image, for all the variables and values. If you wanted to add a string to the variable, then you need to have a setter value. If you read that assign text and assign it, displays or send it to somewhere else, then you need to have a setter value. So it's importing all the things. Let me refine these imports because if you import everything in a single project, it might be length might be very high. So let me have some simple there. So here these 5 values are imported from the runtime package. So let's remove until here and press star. So it will import all the values if you mention it in star. Similarly, in the material 3, there are multiple duplicates. So I'm removing all these things and putting star here. Great. Mm, yeah, uh, maybe that's good for now. Let's start with the project implementation first. So, so here I have a current image variable. So here what this Y will do is provide an current image is integer because this remember by will convert these images into a string format. Uh, Actually, it is converted to the XML format, and we can read it in a string format. So don't worry about that things. So it's type of int by the default here. Okay. So here I'm providing an object for image. I image internally have a canvas and everything, so we don't have to write it manually. It will create everything for us because it's an class. It's already have a predefined code. We are creating an object. Okay. So in image, um, we can pass values here. Like in image, if you wanted to add image here, like in HTML, we have src, right? In src attribute, we are passing a path to that original path of the image. But here we have a painter similar to the src. We have a painter in this here. Painter equal to um, image also need an extension, so control and I need this extension which includes of painter property, because I need to add the content here, right? So yeah, image is imported, but it expecting the parameter, that's why it's not showing up with an error. So in painter, I have to add painter property, painter resource. In painter resource, it's expecting an integer. As we said earlier, this current image is also an integer property. We can confidently copy and add it here. Image, yeah. So image is added now, but still this image showing an error. So if you see this here, so it's in function of image, expecting bitmap images we already done, and content description having a string property. Content description is required here, but it can pass a value, can't it might not, we cannot able to pass the value, that's up to us. Like let's clarify this thing. I'm putting comma here to add it a next value here. mm, Content description equal to, I can add null value here. Okay, null value, this image is gone. But in best practice, instead of putting null, make it a useful name, like a for accessibility point of view, blind and visually impacted people can't read the, I mean, can't see the images provided in a screen. Alternatively, they can hear the things from using screen readers. They can install the screen reader on their mobile or laptop, and that screen reader will read the content, but it can't read the images, right? So this content description will helpful for them to read that. So we can have this as uh, like an image of dog or something, an image of dog or something. We can add it for the uh, screen reader for the blind people. So this is the best practice. That's why uh, this is not implemented without this content description. Great. Okay. So I'm saving the content, but my screen is not rendering. Maybe I can reload it here. So it again building the gradles. Maybe because I added some images, right? So that might be cause for disabling auto rerun. Okay. Terminated the app and launching the app. My app starts launched. Great. My image is displayed over here, but which is very small and aligned to the top right, and there is no padding because I haven't added padding on top here content. So let me refine this thing. I need image, like I need image to be a little more size and having padding on left and top, maybe on all directions. So if you wanted to edit the styling, I mean alignment, then you need to use modifier. Small modifier equal to capital modifier dot padding. uh, Padding here in padding values, you can pass it in dp, like horizontal, how much it's aligned, vertical, start, top, and bottom. Similarly, like starting means left margin or right margin, this is right margin, and top margin and bottom margin. You can use any of the ways, like horizontal also works. If you haven't specified anything, it will take up with all the directions. Okay, so I want all the directions for now. So 10.dp units are dp for the padding here for this case. I mean, for this Android Studio. It expecting me to import this one. So let me import this one. So when I save this one, yeah, some little padding is created, right? Maybe first of all, I can adjust the screen size. I mean, sorry, this image size. So I can adjust the padding after that uh, for easiness. So dot size of dot size of, and how much dp? Maybe 100 dp, which is too less. Maybe 300 dp. Maybe 200 is good. Okay, that's enough for me. So in padding, I can add like 20 pixels, sorry, or 100 pixels. Great, it's perfectly aligned to the center if I add it in 100. So yeah, my image is ready now. Then I need to have a button on top of this one. So button of, so see the syntax here. In a button, it expecting a click event, and logic will be in this flower braces. So here in a button I am providing an on click event. On click event equal to, right now for the time being I'm providing a null for the click event. I don't want to add anything right now. I will explain this later. And yeah, I have initiated the button, but that button doesn't have any properties, so I need to have the content. The content is in this flower braces, right? So here, so here mm, in the button I need to have one icon and a text of it, like how we expect in project submission from you. uh, in order to achieve that, we can use like a mm, icon property, icon class. In icon, if you see that this is what I need, like a painter property and content description. This I'm selecting. Okay. uh, in icon also it's same, like it expecting an image reference and content description. For everywhere content description is mandatory if it exists, and values we can pass a string value or null, both can be acceptable because of this uh, question mark, which is an optional parameter, which indicates optional parameter. So here um, in icon, I need to have a painter equal to painter resource, which is like a source path in HTML. So here it expecting a drawable ID. It's an image, right? Okay. But I don't have an icon. Which icon we can put? Like a, okay. Um, maybe bone icon. A bone for dog. Yeah. So here, in order to add icon, just come to this drawable section again. Right click. Maybe I can scroll it little. So drawable section. Right click on this one and go to the new properties. Here you can find the vector assets. These vector assets are the icons for the icons. Here, if you wanted to add existing icons in your file, in your application, then you can go with the clip art radio button option and click on the art. Find the default icons which provided by default app. You can use any of this one. You can select any of this one. So next, that can be imported in this drawable section, but I don't want to use the existing one. If you wanted to use it in local one, if you wanted your own one, then you can select the local file option. You should import it with SVG or PST format. Those two formats are acceptable only. So let me search for SVG image because I don't have it in my local. So let me search with um, bone icon SVG image. Okay. So here, there are multiple references. If I wanted to import this one, it's asking me a premium subscription. I don't want to pay for anything for this icon. So let me go with the other reference, bone icon here. And you can see like PNG and SVG icons and SVG code are also available. I need this image icon, like SVG formatted. Then I just downloaded an SVG. So okay, let's have like this one. I have it in downloads folder file. Go back to your Android Studio, and in a path section, click on the path and navigate to your downloads, because I have it in downloads, right? Maybe not this download. Okay. Okay, for simplicity, I'm editing the URL. I don't know all those things. So okay. In users, Dell, I have downloads. Why it's not there? Maybe this is only downloads, but maybe refresh it. Yeah, when after refreshing it, you can find bone icon here, right? That's what we downloaded. So select that image and click on OK. Name it as you wish. I'm going with the bone icon name and select the size. So I'm going with all the default and opacity is maximum 100% and click on next. So it created in your resource drawable session bone icon.xml. It converts into the XML from the SVG icon. I'm clicking OK. Here I have bone icon XML. So this XML is like a int format. Internal code is integer format. So I'm importing it in printable resources, which expects an integer for me. So that ID is like a r dot drawable. R means a variable, we can call it like that. R dot. Okay. So here r dot drawable dot bone icon. I have this, and also I need a content description. I'm putting comma here and enter content description equal to. So if I add content description, the error is gone. I don't want to add any description for the icon because it's not necessary part. Like it's an optional, right, for the blind people. Instead of confusing them, you just put null value. So if I save my code, and what it's showing me a compilation error. Okay, okay, it's compilation started. I'm launching the device again. So here my image is loaded, but which is a little more size. I can reduce the size by adjusting its alignment of icon. Like modifier equal to capital MODIFIR dot padding or size. Yeah, let me add size of, and maybe 10 dot dp. Okay, 10 is very small. Maybe 30, maybe 60. Let's have 60 for visibility purpose for you on screen. So here, but if you observe that this this button is touches to top. Let me fix it later. Currently I added icon in the button. Next, after I need a text here. After this icon button, next I can add text in a text property, and in a text it's expecting a text string. So let me add text. As we said earlier, we can use like a text equal to string value or directly a string value. That's up to you. For easy understanding, I'm providing text, and in a text I'm mentioning as a dog because it's a dog button, right? Text is very small. So if you observe the properties, we have a modifier here, but modifier is for alignments and element size. But here is text, right? So we need a font size. We need a font, and it's expecting not a DP. It's expecting text units. Which text units might be? It can be created with SP or EM. We can use either SP, which is similar to scale pixels like a font size, or else EM. EM means inherited from the top bar. Like if EM equal to 1.5, then it's twice the loading, like twice the string size. Mm, like I have a text font size, right? Font size equal to here. Maybe I can put 50 dot sp sp. Okay, it asked me to import this also. Let me import. Okay, yeah, maybe yes. For the adjustment, like in order to have a gap between button and sorry, icon and a dog text. So this icon and dog text. So I'm providing after the padding here, like dot padding of where I need padding. Like I need padding at the end. I don't need it here or anywhere on top or bottom. I need it at end of the icon. Like end equal to maybe 10 dot dp. Padding is units of dp here. So 10, maybe 20. Okay, 20 is good. So everything is aligned now. But maybe I can make it better. Like it's already touches to the screen, right? This button is touches in the screen. There is no padding because I haven't provided a padding in here. So where I can do like here button, I can add a padding here, because if you observe this button, there is an option of modifier after the click event. Like it's a comma separated another value. So copy this modifier here, putting comma here, and modifier equal to capital modifier dot padding of 60.dp. Yeah, it's applied here. So what we are doing, like why it's object, like it's a variable, right? A parameter, a variable, and in the parameter we are creating an we are calling an extension method in this class and passing the values in that method parameters internally. If you observe it in oops concept of view. So we are assigning that object to this one because it expects a type of modifier, which is this one, like which expects the class type of this one. If you observe the, if you identify the coding in this perspective, you can easily identify the errors while you're developing an application, and you can improve the understanding of your project flow. You can betterly read the documentations in further times. So I just going to all these smaller details for your purpose. Okay. So here I have a padding which is applied, and okay. Mm, what can we do now? So okay. Um, as of now everything is done, but main our purpose is like do this way. Okay, let's have it now. I can adjust this one because I have other plan to say, like here. Mm, okay, before implementing the logic, let me clear this styling. I need to have it in a same column, like in a same column and one after one. So for that, uh, I can create a column for this button. Like if you add one column, then it all getting in a single row. And if you add two columns and having two elements, it split the total entire screen into two, and you can use this one. If you have a rows, then after this one and this one will get after one like a row. So similarly, I'm adding column, and in a column I'm passing a style for this column and values here, and in a values I'm providing this button and image. This completely into this implementation. Check the brackets, like don't miss up this while you're cutting and pasting the code. It will take more time to resolve the errors. So if you have some errors which you followed my tutorial and having issues, so please make sure to have case sense, identify the case sense or a braces, or try to understand the errors you are getting, so it can fast up your work. So I'm providing it in column. If I provide it in column, so see its alignment gets changes. So mm, maybe I don't need this padding anymore because it's getting too much. Okay, let me add style, I mean padding for this total screen, like a total column instead of this button only. So um, let me remove this color here, modifier here, and provide it for the column. Entire column padding is maybe 70 or 100. Okay, 100 is looks good. And icon images. So this image also I'm adding padding because for that there is a button gap between a button and dog image, like dot padding of 10 dot dp, maybe 20. Okay, it looks good now. So there is a button and image, but my functionality is like when I click on a button, image should be hide or displays. So for that action, we need to have a logic like a button click event. This is not implemented at right, so we'll go with here. So what my purpose is, like this image need to hide or show based on a variable like condition. Like if 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 uh, is if is visible equal to true, you can add like equal to true condition. You can add like a equal to true conditions, or by default it will check for true. If it's true, if it is visible equal to true, then display this image. If it's false, then hide this image. So I need this to be in boolean condition. So where it's changes its path, like I need it in boolean, like where is visible by remember. I'm also making this with remember because I need to have pass it a state like a default value, like true, which means by default this image should be displayed. When I click on this button, this image should hide. Maybe that's the criteria I'm expecting. So this visible, yeah. But in order to click and change the event, we need to pass it in a click, right? In a click button click event. So I'm copying this is visible. So here is visible equal to not equal to is visible, which clearly says like if it's true, it's inverting it like false. There are several ways to do it. We can use ternary operator or conditions. We can do anything. But all I need is like to toggle these changes. So, so I added the logic. If I click on this one now, it image is hide because this variable is false, true false. So my purpose is completed. We can also adjust the color of it like a button color. We can adjust here, like buttons have color property. Colors equal to default colors. You can see the parameters here. Like here it's expecting button defaults. You can also hover here and see like here colors. Here is type of button colors, button default dot button colors. In prior example, so in button default colors, like container color we have and content color, like a background color and a text color, right? This is what we see similarly in top bar. In a top bar, we have colors like a top app bar defaults. We are passing container color and title color. Similarly, if you pass it here, then this colors might be changes. The color will be changes. I don't need these things right now for the time concerns. Also, yeah. So here if I refresh the page, this image is defaultly displaying because it's remembering the state. So yeah, in your project requirement, like in project 3, you need to have 3 buttons here, having 3 different images, 3 different icons and 3 different purposes. When we click on the each button, image should be hide or collapse. You can use animations also. Maybe you can use crossfade animations or several animations available with Android Studio plugins. You can get for that, and you can pass this like a like so. You can use one of the animation like crossfade. There are several things. So this will slightly improve your alignment. Like if you observe this one, it's immediately hiding or showing up. If you use crossfade, it slowly hides and slowly visible. That kind of animations. For your understanding, you also have to implement in our app for rubric. Oops, yeah. Also, yeah, basic application is created now. Now, what we are going to do is integrating this with GitHub. Like here in version control, if you click on this version control, on top left bottom, you can initialize a repository, create a GitHub repository, or use local version control, and you can use version control integration documentation available here. So you can follow this one, or else I can simply use like a. I'm opening my GitHub. I hope you all have a GitHub account. If not, create it one for you. And in repository section, so you have an option to have new. Click on this new and create your repository name as um, okay. There are 2 ways to do this one. One is like a creating new one for here, or else create initializing here, like what I did, like creating a new GitHub initialization. Maybe this is easier for you. Okay, um, give me a second. There might be a charging issue. Okay, great. Sorry guys. Um, so it's creating an local repository initialization and commit changes to local. Here you can see the all the file changes with all the default code, and click on all these things and provide a valid commit message like implemented like a phase one version of maybe you can name it like a whatever you like, initial commit or anything. And also the purpose is not only the image viewer. You don't have to work with all image viewer app. You have many other use cases like day night, um, afternoon, day night, evening, or else um, there are several things, right? Vehicles like cars, buses, or else traffic light like a red, green, blue, red, orange, and green. So I'm committing here. My commit message is created. Okay, okay. Let me push the commit. Okay, my commit is created. Alternatively, you can click on commit, or else before clicking on the commit, you can click on commit and push also. That up to you. So I only committed this thing, right? So I'm pushing it right now. I can see the commit message which have all my code. I need to add it in this repository. Like I just right clicking on this one and push all up to here. And here defining a remote branch, origin/remote URL. So here URL we need to pass it from here. Like I'm naming it as app is animal made URL. Maybe you can use anything. If you have spaces, it will create it with hyphens by default. So so after this one, you can select it as private or public. Uh, as an instructor, I need to review your work, right? So you make it like a public one, so it can be accessible for me. If you want private, you have to access it, provide and separate access for me. Um, so let's make it as public, and you can add readme file to make it clear to the readers. Like what about your project? You can add images or content, anything. So going with the default, like you can select the licenses also. If you implemented application, no one can able to understand, like they can able to contribute or clone their work or whatever it might be. So you need to provide a proper license, like anyone can use it, or it's all reserved for your access. Similarly, create the repository. So image your app is created. Copy the code and click on the copy to clipboard URL. After that, um, navigate to here and in URL section paste the GitHub URL. So click on OK. Then your repository is connected now. Then push it. It's analyzing the code commit files and ready to push it, and it take 1 to 2 minutes, then it will done. Yeah, it's already pushed to 1. When you refresh this here, initially it's readme. It's not done yet. Let me. No worries. After completing this one, your changes, your file changes will populate to here. That's all about your work. Thank you guys for your time.